Should be. Na 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 na. We could fall asleep or stay wrapped up in these sheets. When the sun comes up, we're right where we should be. Till the sun comes up, we're right where we should be. Till the sun comes up, we're right where we should be. Sometimes I wish that I could fly, keep my head above the clouds, and you would tell me that you're down for it. Together we'll stay soaring. City lights passing by, see the whole world go round with you. Ain't no way that I'd forget. You and me will be soaring. Ooh, I can't believe we're on this ride for two. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Head's been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby. All of my sleepless nights, I never see you walk out the room. Even when I'm at my worst, you would always put me first. And ooh, I can't believe we're on this ride for two. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Head's been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby. Through the highs and lows. Through the highs and lows. Even when the world gets cold and we're stuck in vertigo, you're the one I wanna hold. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Head's been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby.
I see you looking for an easy out, so far away from the space you need right now. So come run for the hills when the time's right. Come jump in the sea while the tide's high. Follow me, you can follow me. Because now I can't stop falling for the moment, and I just can't stop falling for the moment, and I can't stop falling.
more time.
Midnight drives in your car, it's too cold for mine. Through that rock, through my back window last July. You never fall for a girl like me. I had a feeling not long we could be.
Alright, so hello my class. It's Friday, right? And the weekend is coming for us to unwind and recharge, right? Okay, so you have tried for the whole week. It's very nice and it's great, okay, to try to study together. And today is our revising day, okay, revising day. Let me type down. Okay, it's the opportunity for us to apply the phrases, the topic, argument, and the topic, daily routine, right? Try to apply the phrases we learned today. Okay, right. So, but first, let's spend some time to revise together some vocabularies, answer some question before moving to the speaking part. Okay, right. So type something down. The topic, argument. Type some phrases you remember about this topic. All right, we will learn on Tuesday and Monday, right? At the beginning of the week. Argument. I remember it's about debate, right? Debate with someone. Debate with someone. Is there any word that you remember? Just type it down for me. Okay, type it down. And when having a heated argument, we should spend time cooling off ourselves. Spend time alone. Cooling off, okay? For cooling off. Okay, spend time alone for cooling off. Is there any phrases that you remember about argument? Just type it down for me, okay? I'm waiting for you guys. Okay, type something down on the chat box for me. Okay, right, so, but before that, just like when waiting for you guys, I would invite someone to ask this question, okay? I type it down. Some of you can type your answer down too, and I can read it. What are some reasons why people argued? I want to invite Yao. Okay, so can you answer this one? What are some reasons why people argue?
Yes. I think people argue. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I think people argue. Maybe they are misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And disagreement a lot of things and get into argument with other because they are Bất đồng quan điểm. Disagreement.
Disagreement. Okay, nice. All right. So if you want to say bất đồng quan điểm, it's kind of we have different opinion or different perspective, right? Khác quan điểm. It mean that you bất đồng, okay? You don't have the same thoughts, right? I type it down for you, okay? Hey, like not have the same thoughts or the same perspective, right? Or the same opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that you should try to improve your pronunciation. Okay. Try to improve it and try to say something simply. Okay. For example, you say misunderstanding, misunderstand, right? Về cách phát âm, try to improve it. For example, I would give you some word that you should try. Misunderstand, right? Disregard, right? Okay, so you can repeat after me when I give you feedback. Okay, disregard.
Disregard.
Disregard, right? Disregard.
Disregard.
Right. Agreement. Agreement. Right?
Agreement.
Because. Okay. Disagree. Right. So I think you should learn to explain these kind of difficult word into something simple, because I think you have some a little problem with expressing your ideas. Thì mình nghĩ đó là giàu nên luyện thêm về cái cách để mà mình express, thể hiện ra cái ý của mình theo một cách đơn giản nhất. Okay. Thay vì là mình sẽ dùng những cái từ phức tạp. For example, khi mà mình học những cái từ ví dụ là misunderstanding thì bạn sẽ cố gắng nghĩ coi là có cái từ đơn giản nào để mình nói cái này không. For example, like we think it's difficult to understand each other, right? Or we don't understand the other's opinion, don't understand what others said, right? So try to explain it để mình có thể biết cách để diễn đạt cái ý mình hơn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right, and try to improve your pronunciation. I was seeing, let's say, right, so first is about on, right? You say that get into argument with the other. Okay, so I would recommend about get into. Get into is also like you start to like to do something. Okay, for example, a hobby. So you can use this phrase in the topic daily routine. Okay, for example, I have recently get into yoga. Okay, I have recently get into gym. I've recently get into something. Okay, set open mindset, respond calmly. Nice. And I can say stay calm, right? Or keep calm, or cool off, right? Cool off. Very nice. And jump, maintain a healthy relationship, spark a healthy discussion, have a step back, different points of view. Nice. Meditate. Okay. Constructive, right? So you say a very nice kind of phrase for argument. When having some argument, I think that one of the reason is not know how to give some constructive feedback. Okay, constructive feedback, right? I type it down below these answer, these comments. Okay, so let's check it. Constructive feedback. Okay, or we say something offensive. Okay, something offensive is something that hurt people feelings. Okay, hurt their feelings, and they feel offended. feel offended. Offended. It's hurt their self-esteem, right? Feel offended. Cảm thấy bị xúc phạm, right? When not having the constructive feedback. A positive work environment defeats strive for. Nice. Strive for is like you try, right? Try to do something. Very good. Okay, right. So you have a very good ideas. I want to invite next one. Okay, so Lin, can you answer my question? The question is, let's say, do you think that arguments are important?
Yes, I think arguments are very important because this is the best way to find this to find the solve and to find the way to solve the problems.
Okay, the way to solve the problem.
Yes.
So how about when having the argument with someone who just want to be the winner, right? So you cannot solve the problem with them. At that time, what do you do? What do you do to solve it?
So I think in this situation, I just listen, but not care about much because so opposite persons is person I know that he or she just want to be winner, so I'm not care a lot about her opinion. Yes.
Okay, right. Don't care too much, right? We have the other thing to prioritize. All right, so it's about a little pronunciation. I can totally hear what you were saying, but it's the opposite. Okay, it's a little hard for me to hear. Opposite.
Opposites.
Opposite. All
Opposite.
right, so nice. Right. So now we would move to the practice part. Okay, the practice part. I would give you some question. All right, today we have 10 students, so it's nice to have a 2-people room, right? I would type the question down. There are about 5 questions for you to practice, okay? And you would take turn, luân phiên, okay, to ask and answer, okay? Or you can ask your friend about the following question. You know, when you listen them attentively, right? My can say attentively, nice. Listen them attentively. It's just like you focus on what they are saying. You can ask them some more following questions to make friend with them, okay? To make friend with your partner. It's nice, okay? So the 5 question, and I would say the 5 room, okay? I would open the breakout room 5, okay? And listen to your friends and practice as much as you can, okay? I open it. All right, and feel free to join it. Alright, so we can meet again, and I give you a little feedback about like the way to how to say something. First, it's about the pronunciation. Okay, so I think that alright, so for example, Hà, right? So you should kind of emphasize the ending sound, những cái âm cuối. Okay, for example, the perspective, okay, perspective. There is some word that is hard to pronounce. For example, the perspective, right? We remember to learn to practice more about this word. And for example, when giàu saying about một cách hiệu quả, right? So the problem một cách hiệu quả. So sometimes we can like remember about the effectively, right? Solve it effectively, or you can say solve it fast and in the right way, right? It's easy to know this word, but it's hard to say it, right? Solve it fast and in the right way. So sometimes to speak fluently, để nói một cách trôi chảy, you don't have to know many words, many phrases, but you should know how to say something simply. You have to master at many simple words, right? To speak fluently. Yeah, so right, so about for example, someone you can apply some new word very good, but it's hard, sometimes it's hard for me to understand your ideas. For example, when Jam saying about conducted the discussion or the argument respectfully, I wonder how respectful is it? All right, so Jam, or let's say Hà, right? So you can try to explain your idea more, explain your ideas more. For example, when Jam was saying about conducted the discussion respectfully, I can you can answer the question, how can we conducted it respectfully? For example, you can we can control our voice when when giving some feedback, right? Or when saying something, we can focus on the way that we express. For example, look at the other eyes to show the respect to them, right? For example, just like explain more about your ideas, just like answer the question how, what, or when, để mình có thể giải thích thêm. Tại vì đôi lúc những cái cụm từ mà mình nói nó đúng về mặt ngữ pháp, nhưng mà nó rất là khó để hiểu được ý của mình, right? So explain more. Và đôi lúc cái phần explain của mình chỉ sử dụng những cái từ đơn giản thôi, những cái ví dụ đơn giản trong cuộc sống hàng ngày. Or your story, share your friend about your story. Đó là cái cách để mà mình có thể nói rõ ràng và không bị bí ý. Đôi lúc những cái ý mà mình nói đó là mình học trong ví dụ này nọ, đúng không? Thì để mà mình có thể truyền đạt rõ ý hơn đó là mình giải thích cái ví dụ đó. Tại sao, khi nào thì mình có thể làm như vậy và bằng cách nào, how. Just answer the WH question. Right. So right. So it's about some vocabulary. Right. So Mai, Kan, and Thắng, you are very good to explain what you are meaning. So I just will recommend some phrases for you. You say about the different belief, right? So you can say the value that they hold dear. I think that I taught it before, but I want to repeat it again. The value that they hold dear is like the value they believe in. Okay, they believe in, they respect that value, and they are proud of that value. Okay, they hold dear. So you can say that, and my kind. All right, you know how to express your idea, and you know how to start something very smoothly. Right, so some phrases, some word that is very nice. Personally, right? For example, when you say some people just want to be the winner, you can start with it's ironically. It's iconic that It's ironic. That is mean that is funny in a strange way. It mean thật là buồn cười là, right? It's ironic that some people just want to be the winner in an argument, and I think that they are very childish. Rất là trẻ con, right? They are very childish. Okay, right. So it's some phrase for you to start your sentence. All right, that is some of my feedback. All right, so yesterday on Thursday and Wednesday, right, we learned about the daily routine. So now we can start with our speaking part. Okay, I think that I would keep it shorter than the argument. Thì mình nghĩ là mình sẽ cái phần mà daily routine thì mình sẽ giữ cho nó ít hơn cái phần argument because we have just learned it, right? I would type the question that you can write this down on the chat box. Okay, sorry. I want to copy it. Okay, right. For example, you can start with what? Sorry, I tried to copy, but it's hard. Okay, right. So now I can copy it. All right, I type it down for you to practice. Okay, and I would open the break room for you. Right, so practice, and then I can give you a little feedback after right, ending our class. Okay, right, so join the break room again and practice with your friends. Okay, right, so feel free to join the room. It's on, can you join it? Do you, okay. So nice to meet you again and having something to share. All right, so very nice when listening to your conversation, especially when listening to a V and on conversation. You know, like you guys know how to express your ideas. So it's very clear for me to understand your ideas. Okay, that just something to remember. For example, when you want to say can, right? For example, the more detailed your plan is, right, the more you can learn, right? So it's the more and more, it's like so sánh hơn, right? You can learn. Okay, the more detailed, sorry, I have to say detail with the ed. Okay, the more detailed your plan is, the more you can learn. Nice. Okay, and on you have to just like a little bit about pronunciation, process and result, right? Process and result. And when you say someone is like the good result, so we can say productive, right? Studying section. Okay, for example, if you have a detailed plan, you would have a productive studying section. Right, and you know, like when I think that the way you can express your idea easily, and then you guys can ask more, can ask some following questions. So your conversation is very kind of nice and it's very friendly, right? You can make friends with each other. It's not about just ask the question and answer it, but you can just like ask some following question, want to understand the other more. And you can make friends, and I think that is funnier, right? It's nice. Right, so about lương, right? So about lương, right? You know how to express your idea, right? You know how to do it. Sometimes it's hard for you to express. For example, you say that drink coffee, right? So when driving to your children's school, so you can say grabbing a coffee, right? Grabbing a cup of coffee. Can make my day, all right? Can make my day, it can make me happy. Okay, make my day. All right, grab a cup of coffee, right? It's like drink coffee. And I think that Loom and Jump, you should learn kind of how to raise and lower your voice. For example, at the end of the sentence, ở những cái chỗ cuối câu. For example, before ending your sentence, trước khi mà kết thúc câu, try to lower your voice. Thì mình sẽ cố gắng là hạ giọng mình xuống. Alright, just like for saying something smoothly, để mình có thể nói được trôi chảy and just like more naturally. Okay, để có thể tự nhiên hơn. So try to lower your voice, hạ giọng xuống at the end of the sentence. Okay. Alright, so it's kind of some of my feedback. Do you have any question for me and anything to share, to ask me? It's just feel free to ask me. Okay, I will be willing to answer everything that you ask me. Okay, so if you don't have anything to ask me more, we can stop here, right? And hope that I gave you more opportunity to practice. If you want more, just like type something down. I want more. I want more time to practice. I will try to schedule my lesson plan for you to practice more. I think that we should have the time for revise the vocabularies and the time for practice, right? We should revise first and then practice. Okay. Okay, so if you don't have anything else to say or to share, we can stop here, right? And have a nice weekend with your family, with your loved ones, everyone.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, everyone.